Hello YouTube, it is me, Raina, and I am back. So I wanted to make a video about Leslie Grace's comments on Batgirl. If you do not know who she is the actress who was going to play Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl, in the recently canceled Batgirl movie that was scraped from under them. So she recently said some quotes about Batgirl, saying that the movie that she saw was an incredible film and that, it was an unfinished movie. If you want her direct quotes, I would tell you to go to either Variety, TV Line, any popular publication, Google her name, you'll get her direct quotes. And I would believe her. Why? Because there was no rumors with anybody of there being trouble with the movie. Usually, if something is going wrong on a movie set, especially when it comes to DC, because we've all, with Warner Brothers, we've seen all the trouble, all that. You know exactly what I'm talking about, especially when it comes to Warner Brothers. There has been nothing that was said negatively about Batgirl when it came to the production, when it came to certain scenes, when it came to the big guys in charge do not like this movie or whatever. And the kind of, I won't say conspiracy, but the thing is like when it was first announced that Batgirl was getting canceled, people were like, oh, well, it's a bad movie. And this was the big first thing that Discovery Plus, that whole merger with HBO Max and with Warner Brothers, this was their first big, signal of we are here, is to cancel Batgirl. And then after that, slowly but surely, a lot of HBO Max, HBO shows were either canceled or completely taken off the platform. Doesn't matter if it's live action or animation, all of that was canceled. All the CW shows going to be either ended or canceled. Everything was being wiped away. But Batgirl was the first casualty. And the first thing we heard was that, it had test screenings and it was bad. And then a few days later, they changed it to, actually, no, it wasn't. It was because of a tax write-off. And I'm like, well, which one is it? And then I'm willing to believe tax write-off, considering after that you had all the cancellations of everything with HBO Max and them going through this really rigorous and tiring merger that's happening right now, and they're still going through that. And all their stuff is being sold to these other streaming services that are for free. And so it's really mind-boggling how, when they're asked about this movie, it's like, oh, it's unwatchable. Oh, it's this. Well, yes, of course it was unwatchable because the movie was not finished. When they were doing these test screenings, apparently or allegedly, it was getting the same scores as the first Shazam movie. So, I'm still confused. And also, before they got the news of it being canceled, the composer was still composing the movie. They were still composing new songs, new orchestrations for the movie to get it up there. No one was none the wiser. The directors, one of them found out at his wedding, the actors, everybody was taken by surprise. And like I said, usually when something goes wrong, whether it be a TV show, a movie, there is a trail of that's not good. That's not good. Just remember, like I said with DC, look at all the failed projects that they had. Look at the Flash movie, the revolving doors of directors. All these people could not for their life pitch a solo Flash movie for some reason, but we got a Flash TV show. The same thing with Superman. The same thing with even Supergirl. Supergirl would not have a movie if it was not the popularity of the TV show. And we've had comics of that character for decades. The same thing with Batgirl. Batgirl is an iconic character. And just now, when we're just starting to get a solo Batgirl movie, it's being scraped, and it's just for a tax write-off because it was easy to do, and they poured a lot of money into it, and it was apparently too late to change it back or to change it up to be a movie because it'll be even more money to put in there that WB/Discovery did not have. That's why they're canceling all this stuff on HBO Max everywhere, because they do not have enough money to support all that content and all those shows. Now, when it comes to legality, to SAG-AFTRA, to the producers' rights, the actors' rights, and residuals, I do not know how that works. I'm not going to pretend that I know contracts and whatever. I'm just going to leave that to the experts. But just putting it plain as day, they did not have enough money, because there's a lot of money being put into that movie because of not only Batgirl, but also they had, they had the original Batman in there. They had the one from 1989 in there. And so it was, it was just a lot. Michael Keaton's Batman was supposed to be in that movie. He was be in The Flash and Batgirl, and that was supposed to, I'm not sure. I just don't know. But anyway, it just really, I'm happy that she's speaking out about it. She only said a little bit. She ain't going to say too much. But I'm happy that she's standing behind it, because I know her and some of the other actors. I know another supporting actor said something that was like they were taken by surprise. And then the directors also were taking this by surprise, because it's like if something was going, if the movie was so terrible and it was going so wrong, where are the meetings? Where it's like, oh, okay, let's get together. Let's take out this. Let's put this in. Because that's the movie process. When you are filming a movie or whatever, and the people at top of the company look at, the scenes that were shot that day and whatever, shouldn't they say, hey, take this out, put this in, take this out, put this in? They put all that money into the Snyder Cut. They gave Snyder $70 million to basically redo his movie. They put out Black Adam, which was a really bad movie that was supposed to redefine the DCEU. That didn't work. I mean, and now they're putting out the Flash movie that's starring allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly, even though I believe it allegedly, a well-known abuser. So who was just causing havoc in Hawaii just last year. And I bet they knew, because they pushed back the movie just when they were doing that, just when they were physically attacking people, being alleged of being a groomer. Like, this is just preposterous. And now you're taking this away from this woman who's been nothing but great. She was great in The Heights. She was hyped up. Everybody was hyped up. The two directors just did the recent Bad Boys. They're going to do another one. They did Miss Marvel, one of the best reviewed, critically acclaimed projects in Phase 4. And Amal Vellani is a star, and they ushered her in. Like, it's just, Leslie Grace deserves that treatment. She deserves it 100%. And I hope she gets it. And it's unfortunate it did not happen, not just only for her, but for everyone involved in this movie. And day by day, week by week, month by month, when something new comes up about Batgirl, it just really, the evidence just adds up that the cancellation movie was just a tax write-off. Nothing with the quality, nothing with whatever. It was just easy for them to cancel just because. And so I end the video by saying this Supergirl movie, whether it stars Sarah, whatever her name is, I'm sorry if I mispronounced her name, the girl who's playing Supergirl in The Flash, whether it stars her or somebody else, that Supergirl movie better come out. That's the only female-led movie coming out in the first part of this part 1 of the DCEU with James Gunn. I said I trust him. I do not trust that studio. That Supergirl movie, Woman of Tomorrow, better come out. I don't want to hear about no pushbacks. I don't want to hear about no directors or revolving door of directors, writers. I do not care. That thing better come out when they announce that date. It better come out on that date, or I know something. Okay, and bye, YouTube.